This is college game time. This is the last week of the regular season. So the top four teams that we have are number 1 Georgia, number 2 Ohio State, number 3 Alabama, and number 4 Cincinnati. Let's hop into the first game. The first game is BYU at USC. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, I think USC has been struggling lately considering their head coaching issues, so I'd be interested to see how they play against a team like BYU.
BYU is ranked in the top 15, which is nice. They won last week, and they're number 14. So now they're ranked higher than that. What do you have to say about this game, ball boy?
Well, if all BYU's players go on fire, then they're gonna beat out USC.
I agree. I feel like it's gonna be like a 35-point blowout because USC's struggling. BYU's doing okay this season. Yeah. Let's move on to the next game. The next game is Old Dominion versus Charlotte. Charlotte needs to win this game to clinch a spot in the bowl game. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, I think Old Dominion's probably going to end up winning. Charlotte had their moment, but I think they've kind of fallen off their momentum a little bit. So
I agree with that. If Charlotte has fell off, the last game that they won was against Rice in overtime, and Rice is like the bottom of the USA. What do you have to say about this game, ball boy?
Well, if Charlotte hasn't been going well, then probably Old Dominion would probably win. But if Old Dominion's players don't go on fire, and Charlotte's people do, then Charlotte's gonna win this game. So I think Charlotte's gonna win by probably 7.
Okay, so the next game is Penn State at number 12 Michigan State. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, recently Penn State's been doing pretty terrible. They really have had zero momentum, and they've lost a bunch of really close games to a bunch of really tough opponents, and that's why they're no longer ranked. But I think that Michigan State's probably going to end up bouncing back from their catastrophic loss to Ohio State last week and put up a good fight against Penn State.
What do you think the score's going to be?
42-35, Penn State.
Okay. What do you have to say about this game, ball boy?
Well, Penn State's been falling off a lot, and I really think that if Penn State beats Michigan State, then that would probably be a 12. But if they don't, then they're gonna be fall back pushed, and so I think Michigan State's gonna win.
Okay. I feel like Penn State's going to win a close one. So the next game is Oklahoma at Oklahoma State. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, Oklahoma needs to win this game by a lot if they have any contention of going to the national championship. Oklahoma State's always a pretty tight rivalry game, in-state rivalry, but Oklahoma has won 6 out of the last 7, so I think it'll just continue that way.
Last night, it was stated that if Oklahoma State wins, they have a set 55%. If Oklahoma State wins out, they have a 55% chance to make it into the playoffs. But they need Cincinnati to lose 2 games. What do you have to say about this?
Well, if they're both unranked, it will probably be a close game. But to compare teams that are unranked, I think Oklahoma State is going to win this.
I have Oklahoma State winning this one by 14.
I
feel like Caleb Williams is going to do well, but he's not going to perform as well as Spencer Sanders. And Jalen Warren has had his best season yet. So yeah, I feel like Oklahoma State's gonna win this one by 14. Oklahoma State. The next game is Ohio State at Michigan. Who do you think's gonna win this one, and why?
Ohio State, by far. They've been amazing. They've had all the momentum with them. To me, Michigan's still ranked too high in the rankings, and I think this won't be as bad as the Michigan State blowout, but I don't think it's a contest. Jim Harbaugh has not been able to beat Ohio State at all.
I agree. Michigan has only won one time since Jim Harbaugh has been hired. I feel like this one's going to be closer than people think. I feel like this one's going to be a win by Ohio State by a field goal at the end. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, if Michigan State does that same Michigan does that same play touchdown that they did with Penn State, then the whole game, they would probably win. So I would say Michigan is winning.
Okay, and our last game is the Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn. What do you have to say about this game?
This isn't going to be a contest. Alabama's going to kill Auburn. Bo Nix is not going to perform like everybody wants him to. He hasn't been able to do it at all this year. I mean, look at the Penn State loss. They were at Penn State, I'm sure. But this is Alabama that we're talking about. They're not going to lose to Auburn.
I agree. Do you think if Alabama destroys Auburn, they would be ranked higher than Ohio State? Say if Ohio State wins in a close one?
No, considering the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry and the fact that Ohio State lost to a top-ranked team in Oregon. Alabama lost to Texas A&M. I don't think they'll be ranked higher.
Okay, what do you have to say about this game, Ballboy?
Well, I mean, if Auburn loses and Zach. If Auburn loses to Alabama, and then they face off Ohio State, I don't think this will be good. So Alabama's gonna win.
Okay, I have Alabama winning this one by a blowout, 42-14.
I think it's just gonna be I think it's gonna be a blowout. 42-0.
Okay, so now let's talk about the Heisman race. In first place, we have C.J. Stroud. Second place, we have Bryce Young. Third place, we have Kenneth Walker III. In fourth place, we have Kenny Pickett. Who do you think is going to win the Heisman?
Well, I kind of agree with the C.J. Stroud. For Heisman, he's a freshman coming into an Ohio State program that's always competitive. He had to beat out a bunch of other five-star recruits to become the starter, and since then, I mean, he's taken his team to an almost perfect season. They've only lost one game, and that was to a tough Oregon team. So I think that C.J. Stroud just performed too well to not win it.
I agree. I think C.J. Stroud is going to win this one. It's going to be close between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. I don't think Kenneth Walker III can win the Heisman anymore after his only 24-yard game in the first 24 yards in the first half against Ohio State. I feel like to be a Heisman, you have to have more against one of the best teams in the nation. So I have C.J. Stroud winning. Who do you think is going to win this ball, boy?
I really think that Bryce Young is going to win this.
Okay, so that is all for this video. Subscribe, hit that like button, turn on those notifications so you never miss on a brand new video. Have a good Thanksgiving, and see you guys, and good.
Have a good Thanksgiving.